Hi there, this is Lee McQueen speaking again of our current public affairs. And I just ran across a website. Or actually an article I saw online. It's called Revolt Against Plutocracy Launches New Tactic Go Green 619. And this is a group that previously intended to write in Bernie Sanders as the presidential campaign if he was denied the nomination. They had planned to do that. Their new tactic has evolved. They've instead decided on something else to show their support for Bernie Sanders and progressive politics. They want people who are progressive members of the Democrat Party or who are just Bernie Sanders supporters or who support the Green platform and are trying to make a decision of what to do this fall. They want those people to register with the Green Party. And they wanted to start that on 6/19, which is also Juneteenth, a day of emancipation celebrated by descendants of slaves in North America. In essence, they're sending a message that they do not want to be slaved or enslaved to the current two-party system that dominates American politics, because the two-party system has damaged North America to the point that the people here are suffering from a lack of adequate health care, poor public health, poor health in terms of food supply, drinking water, environment, air quality, dominance by an oligarchy that controls our government and ignores the voices of the people, mass incarceration also by corporations. So basically, the people of America have been re-enslaved by the oligarchy that rules our nations now. We even have Trans-Pacific Partnership held as a threat over our heads, and then in addition, an additional trade deal called TTIP that I'm going to speak of in another video, which would further re-enslave people in the United States to oligarchies who would no longer even answer to our government, certainly not to individuals, but would be able to rule through deregulation to have just free reign to lower our labor standards, depress our wages to where we're like in debt slavery or wage slavery, basically to ruin our lives further than they've already been ruined. Have us go to war, endless warmongering, sucking up tax dollars to the war machine, denying us education, health care, housing, things like that. So, Revolt Against Plutocracy is saying this is the message that we're going to send to the two-party system, but specifically to the Democrat Party, that we definitely want the Democrat Party to respond to the platform of Bernie Sanders, who represents the people, rather than Hillary Clinton, who represents the corporations. So they want people to drop their registration with the Democrat Party and then pick up and then re-register as members of the Green Party, which I think is a great idea. If you are registered Green, this election season you can vote for whichever presidential candidate you want. The general election is open to all parties and participants. So whether you're a member of the Socialist Party, if you're an independent, if you're unaffiliated, if you're libertarian, if you're a Republican, if you're a Democrat, you can, or if you're green, you can register to vote in your particular party, and you can still pick your presidential candidate of your choice. And many of our millennials who backed Bernie Sanders and still back Bernie Sanders as long as he's in the race are using Jill Stein of the Green Party as their plan B. If all avenues to support Bernie Sanders are blocked, they will support Jill Stein of the Green Party. Or some of them might support Gary Johnson or whatever everyone's plans are. But this is revolt against the plutocracy. They want people to register green. And I'm going to add on, if the plutocracy, if the revolt against the plutocracy ever chances upon this video, I really do hope that you are assisting, going so far as to assist Jill Stein with her ballot access efforts. She's working really hard in Illinois to meet a June 27th deadline. So that's a week away from the time of this video to get on the ballot in the state of Illinois. She's already turned Nevada green, and there are a lot of other states in the pipeline to be turned green. So everyone can, in those states, can register as a green and vote for Jill. And then also vote for green candidates down ballot. If you don't have a Democrat progressive that you want to vote for, that's also encouraged to vote green down ballot. So some people are using June 19th as their deadline to, or they did use June 19th, the Juneteenth, as their deadline to register as a green. But I think a lot more people are looking at the Democrat National Convention in Philadelphia, which is July 25th through 28th. And they're using that as their deadline because by then, for sure, all questions and uncertainties will be answered. As long as Bernie Sanders is still in the race and he has not yet conceded, there's a possibility that he will prevail at the Democrat National Convention. And we don't know the state of Hillary Clinton's FBI criminal investigations, either one of them, or whether her racketeering lawsuits will finally break through the media firewall surrounding her, or anything else from her past, which is vast and wide and deep and full of scandal. We don't know what's going to happen between now and July 25th. So some people are still waiting maybe another month to give it some time to see if the Democrat Party finally comes to its senses and provides a path for Bernie Sanders to ascend to the White House. There's still a chance, and people are holding up hope. And now, after the Democrat National Convention, if the Democrat Party chooses well and wisely, and Bernie Sanders goes to the White House, then we celebrate. If that doesn't happen, then people will turn to their plan B, and that's Jill Stein of the Green Party. And so everyone's got their strategy, but what I'm happy to see is everyone is supporting their truth and not submitting to abuse and threats and intimidation of being ordered to fall in line, being ordered to vote for any type of evil, and being ordered to coalesce with evil and to support a criminal, which is what Hillary Clinton is. She is a criminal. She has admitted to felonious behavior at the State Department that makes her a criminal. So anyway, everyone's got their strategy to deal with the current state of our electoral politics, and our young people are very engaged and energized and forceful in their positions. And so I think that's to be encouraged and not discouraged. We've seen older members of the Democrat Party fall down on the younger people to shut them down and to silence them and to cheat them of their votes and to disqualify them and disenfranchise them of their votes. The young people of our nation are suffering, and it's the older generation, the civil rights generation, the Black Power generation. They are the ones who are falling down on their own youth and smothering them on behalf of the Clintons. It's a betrayal that's very cutting, and it hurts. We've got people like Elijah Cummings turning his back on progressives in his party. We've got John Lewis turning his back on progressives. all the people who participated in progressive politics during the civil rights movement, the Black Power movement, they've forgotten everything that they stood for. And now they stand for nothing but Hillary Clinton. And the young people are not going to take that. They're saying, we're going to go a different direction. And they're trending towards Jill Stein. And so, I say good for them, good for me, good for us, good for North America. They may be the ones that save us. Best wishes.